Well, my package was delivered from Revzilla. My Graves clip-ons designed specifically for the Yamaha R3 2015 and up. Actually, if you look closely enough from the return address, it was shipped directly from Graves. So apparently they do a drop ship by vendor situation with Graves. And as luck would have it, I was home to sign for it. I've done, I guess, a fair amount of business with Graves in the past, usually through Revzilla. And for instance, I've done fender eliminators on all my bikes, including this R3 and my FC10. But man, I'm never not shocked by the great craftsmanship. The design and the manufacturing, just the quality, it's really quite unbelievable. These are just clip-ons. A buddy of mine has the Woodcraft clip-ons for his R3, and man, you just can't compare. These are just works of art. Outstanding, and they're flawless. So I've never had any kind of defect or even a blemish on anything received from Graves. And there isn't anything wrong with these. I mean, not even a tiny scratch. Just outstanding. Forgot to mention, there's 1 horsepower. Every decal you put on your project bike increases the horsepower by 1. So there's 1 horsepower. Thanks, Graves. Well, there she is. I just completed the install for the Graves R3 clip-ons. Looks pretty good. The quality, again, is fantastic. And the geometry of these things are really awesome. I'm a pretty broad-shouldered guy, so I have them set up at the final notch there, and that makes it feel just perfect. I had the option, according to Graves, of going above or below the triple clamp, and just a word of warning for those thinking about the Graves clip-ons: if you go above the triple clamp, the space here does not match up to the depth of the clamp for the Graves clip-on. In fact, it leaves about, I'd say, 1/4 inch or more, even more. So what you would need to do is, if you want to go over the triple clamp, is raise the forks through the triple clamp, thereby lowering the chassis of the bike. And I did not want to do that because I have the ergos and geometry set up perfectly with the fabricated seat. So I did some testing, and I determined that if I went below the triple clamp, the ride angle would be about the same as any GP style bike or track bike. Don't be fooled by the ergos as they are now, because the back is raised by the rear stand. But anyways, again, the quality of these things are just impeccable. They're really awesome. And word of warning, if you do decide to go under the triple clamp with these Graves bars, you're going to have the same problem that everyone has in installing clip-ons on the R3. And it doesn't matter if it's using the stock OEM clip-ons and putting them underneath the triple clamp. There's videos out there saying that there's enough space, but there really isn't. The throttle cables and the brake line rub significantly against this piece of molding right here, which I decided to just fabricate and take care of with the Dremel. I mean, it's probably a $10 or $15 piece of plastic molding that I could get if I wanted to put the OEM bars back on for resale, but I don't think I'm ever going to sell this thing. And it's a project bike, and so in the spirit of project bikes, I took the Dremel to it, and now there's more than enough space. And I'm still waiting for a steering stop, the Graves steering stop, which I ordered from Sport Bike Track Gear last Tuesday. It said expect a 2 to 3 lead time on order processing. Well, the status changed to order processed on Wednesday, and it never got shipped out before the weekend, so it still shows order processed like it has now been for 5 days. And because Labor Day is coming up here on Monday, I don't expect them to ship that out until Tuesday, so I don't know. Not very happy about that, but I guess I can always use the old trick that I learned from Brian Vans at Sport Bike Track here, which is to use temporarily, as a temporary fix, the adhesive wheel weights on the existing OEM steering stop. And so had it not been for him and all of his great videos that I've taken advantage over the years, I don't know, I wouldn't know all these things. So I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm sure it's been a busy week, and it's a holiday weekend, so anyways. All right, there it is. Graves clip-ons. Not bad. Pretty cool. Despite the issue with the clearance, I highly recommend them because I think these things are designed for track folk, and I think I'm going to drop the $700 or $800 on the CRC body work with the seat before next year's track season. So, all right,